I'm really starting to question whether or not Starlink is worth it. I just got a bombshell email from them that's making me question whether or not I'm going to keep my Starlink. So stay tuned to find out what it is.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
Hi friendlies, I'm Carolyn. Welcome back to my life living in an RV. You might remember, I don't know how long's it been now, about a year ago, I bought Starlink thinking it was the best thing since RV life itself. But I just got a bombshell email this morning that's making me think that maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. Like so many things in life, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. I got Starlink because I live and work on the road, and I wanted to be able to access the internet anywhere I go. And at $135 a month plus the $5.99 upfront for the equipment fee, I thought, you know what, it's a work expense. It's well worth it. And I got rid of my AT&T phone, which was 100 gigs for a business plan, and that was $100. So I was like, okay, you know, that's fine. It'll work for me. Well, I just got an email this morning that they're increasing it as of April 24th. Maybe that's just when my bill renews, to $150 a month. For those of you who are using Starlink in a house, in its stationary, your prices are going to vary, it looks like. You might get a decrease if you're in an area that doesn't use a lot. It's going to increase if you're in high traffic areas. But across the board, for RVers, it's going to increase to $150 a month. So I guess we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it to have internet access anywhere we go, reliably, consistently, all the time, no matter how remote we go, for $150 a month? As unhappy as I am right now that the prices are already increasing less than a year in, I have to admit I'm going to pay it. It's worth it for me to have reliable, consistent, usually pretty fast internet access anywhere I go. I can go as remote as I want to go, especially in the West when I don't have to worry about a lot of tree cover. I can go as remote as I want to go, which means oftentimes is getting as much solitude as I want to get and not have to worry about having a cell signal. But $150 a month, that's it. That ain't cheap. And that may not be for everybody. You can get cell phone plans with 50 gigs of mobile hotspot data for a lot less than that. So if you're not using a lot of internet, if you don't need it for work, you might want to rethink the whole Starlink thing. $700 up front. Actually, it says, well, it's $5.99 for the equipment, plus you have to pay a month up front. So it's like a $700 initially, your out cost initially. So it's not a cheap solution by any means. It's reliable. You pay for what you get, I guess it's reliable. And, you know, what are you willing to pay for reliability and constant internet? There are some other things that you might want to consider before getting the Starlink, though. It is a power hog. So if you're living on solar off-grid like I am, I really am relying a lot on my backup battery source, my Jackery, this time of year because it's a power hog. However, they did just launch a sleep mode, which allows you to set a sleep time. So say you want it to go to sleep between 10 and 7 a.m., 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., it'll go to sleep and then it'll automatically wake back up. It's not really a service that works for me because I can just turn it off when I go to bed. I don't need it to automatically turn off by itself. So I don't really understand how that benefits most full-time RVers. We just shut it down when we go to bed. I don't need it to automatically go to sleep. And the problem is the days are short. So there's a lot of darkness. I'm not getting a lot of sun, and I'm using Starlink a lot after dark. And unless I have a backup power source, it's going to drain my battery. So that's definitely an issue. I did also read an article recently that there might be some trouble coming up for Starlink and for any satellite service. The EPA is starting to look into the light pollution issue caused by all these satellites. They're changing the landscape of our skies. So keep an eye on that because that could be coming along. It could either cause fewer satellites to be launched. It could cause rising prices, or it could cause them maybe to get shut down. I doubt it. These are very powerful. A lot of people are relying on them now, but it could cause some issues moving forward for Starlink and other satellite services. So these are some things to think about. I just wanted to let you know right away, $150 a month now if you're an RVer for Starlink. It was a little bit of a shock for me to wake up to this morning. So what do you think? Leave your comments below. Do hashtag Starlink. Is this a deal breaker for you if you're considering Starlink, or is it something that you're going to need and rely on for work so it doesn't really matter? Starlink, hashtag Starlink. Leave your comments below. Do me a favor. Check your subscription to my channel. Even if you think you're subscribed all the time, I just saw another comment this morning. YouTube does indeed unsubscribe people for some unknown mysterious reason. So even if you think you're subscribed to my channel, double check right now and make sure you're still subscribed. One more thing. Everybody here helps keep my channel alive and active and helps me create at least 2 videos a week, bringing you travels, adventure, fun, taking you all the places that I go, giving you information like this. If you have the means, do me a favor and check out Patreon. Patrons really do help me to be able to keep bringing you free content without worrying about the algorithm, just creating whatever content you all want to see. So check out Patreon. There's a link in the video description below. You get tons of extra content. You get up close and personal interaction with me and other friendlies. And I've got some new things that I'm going to be launching very soon just for patrons and channel members. So check that out below. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah. I'll see you soon.